Hello everyone, welcome back to the Phone Museum. Today we are going to look at Sharp Aquos X. This is a pretty interesting smartphone. It has almost no bezel from top and left and right. You have seen this similar smartphone, Sharp Aquos Crystal, which is a lower spec version of this phone. Or I should say this is higher spec version of that phone. Anyways, the difference is that one, the lower spec, which is $150 from the Boost Mobile, those kind of stuff. Those are Snapdragon 400 with 1.5GB RAM and 5-inch HD display. This one has Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 with 2GB RAM with 5.5-inch Full HD display. So there's a bit of a spec difference. Let's start with the lock screen. In the lock screen, you can switch the wallpaper all the way up to 5, and you can change the widget. Right now, this is Japanese only model, so right now is in Japan, some areas forecast. If they're cloudy, it has cloud. If they're sunny, there's a little sunshine. Raining, there's a rain. If there's snowing, then there's snowing effect as well. And I think it is about stock. And there's the widget I add. And you can also add more widgets. And you can press the lock button to go to the welcome sheet. And there's all the way to 3 applications you can go immediately by unlock. And this is Sharp Field UI UX Home. And this device in default, there's like 2 different home application, which is this Field UX Home. One is SH Home. I think this is from Sharp as well. This is like a kind of normal Android launcher, home launcher, and there's an app drawer. You can pick the, for example, tool, then it's create the folder, automatically create the folder for tools or camera, internet, those kind of stuff. And this one is widget. You can add widget from the home screen, or this is setting, and change the theme setting, the color background color, and the scroll unit, single page or variable, those kind of stuff. Application list, scroll vertical or horizontal, those kind of stuff. Nothing too special. This top menu, I want to view or hard, those kind of stuff. So this is basic home UI, I think. And for the Field UX from the Sharp, this doesn't have app drawer, but on the left page there's all the apps, on the right page there's all the widgets I add. So all the widgets are this right page, all the apps are on the left page. And that's it. So nothing special from the Field UX. On the top drawer there's better percentage, signal, and those kind of stuff. This one I cannot remove. This is always be here. And there's all the notifications. And let's go to setting. And in the setting, there's a Harman Kardon audio, the clarify sound effect. I don't feel any big difference turn on or off, but I think maybe turn on is better quality, so I turn on the sound. This one is when music is played, there's a little grab coming out, but I think it's useless. And live stage is kind of surround effect, but I don't like those kind of stuff, so I turn off. And if I want, I can turn on the display the icon. Then when I listen to music, then clarify is on, then there's a little icon on the here. And sound, there's nothing special. Wallpaper and display, there's a welcome sheet, and quality, standard, dynamic, those kind of stuff. Nothing special. Energy saving, the one fun animation is when I turn on the energy saving, the power saving mode, then there's a flower is coming out. When I turn off, it's gone. Like so. It's kind of fun. And useful, there's all the useful feature. I cannot read Japanese, so I don't know what that means, but it's Japanese only. And clip now, you can, you can simply like that to save the this. Oh, there's a bug. This one sometimes have a bug. Okay. Anyways, the little trash can icon should be on the middle of the phone. Oh, so I take a little screenshot and it's saving in here. So I'm doing something else and I want to see this page, then bring up and take back, those kind of stuff. And I can remove and take a screenshot by this is kind of hard to do it, but in some way to take a screenshot easily. They call easily, but to me it's quite hard. And grip sensor, this one has a grip sensor, so when it's turned off, then I hold, then it's detect I'm holding and turn on the lock screen for me. It's right now it's on the desk and I didn't really moving a lot, so it's kind of a little slow, but in real life usage it's pretty cool. And nothing special up here. Oh, there's one thing special, the navigation key, the small key. I expect that they shrink down this little soft key, but it shrink this way, not, yeah, so that's kind of cool. And just basic network settings, data usage, storage, application, data transfer, which is pretty cool. So I try to copy data from the other smartphone, but this one only copy the content, now no other stuff. That's unfortunate because Samsung Smart Switch, you can transfer the application to almost everything from Android to Android or iOS to Android, or even Windows to Android or BlackBerry to Android. That's pretty cool. In other settings, there's a location, networks, security, those basic settings. Nothing special. And let's talk about this camera app. This camera has a pretty lot of features. Let's go with the setting. There's ISO setting, white balance, timer, those kind of stuff. And because of selfie camera is in the bottom, so when I change the selfie cam, it have a little warning because the camera locates at the bottom, so hold upside down to take a better picture, those kind of stuff. And there's a little LED flash, and there's a bunch scene mode. So right now it's auto, standard, portrait, those kind of stuff. And somehow there's sepia, monochrome. Those are not a scene mode. It should be more like filter, those kinds of stuff, but it's in here. And multi-focus, fisheye effect, miniature, photosphere, panorama, translate. There's a bunch of things. Mirror, this one is it turn on the selfie cam, nothing special. Camera reader, it changed to the application to reading barcode, QR code, those kind of stuff. And for example, like this is fisheye, but photosphere, it changed to the Google's camera app somehow. So yes, there's two different camera app in the Google. There's Google default camera and Sharp their own camera app. So it's kind of messy. Especially, for example, I tried to take a fisheye, and in the fisheye there's a little video camera mode as well. So, can I take a fisheye effect with the video? And answer is no. It switched the video mode and switch the standard mode. So there's no reason to be like there's fisheye, miniature, those kind of stuff, because when I go to miniature, it changed the photo mode again. So their camera is kind of messy. And there's translation, which is Japanese word to English or English to Japanese. Dictionary, it also default app for the English to Japanese. And yeah, nothing special. Oh, and voice recorder, this one. I try to record a voice and I turn off the screen, then record is automatic stop. I don't know why. And there's a Japanese application. And that's it. That's nothing special other than that. The one thing special, oh, I talk about the camera app, so let's talk about the photo quality. The photo quality is not too impressed, but not too bad, but I should say below average because it lack of a lot of details, and the color is not so vivid, and even I turn the HDR, the color is not really rich, and especially in night, the lack of OIS, I didn't pay attention, then it result is really shaky photo, and it's really hard time get focus as well, especially for the macro shot. I try to take many times to get right focus. And for the speaker audio quality, it has speaker on the bottom, and there is a little notch, but not so much. So I put on the desk, then the sound is not so impressed. So volume is teeny and lack of bass, so the speaker quality is really poor. And for the voice phone call, there's no receiver, so it has under glass vibrating to make a sound kind of stuff. So when I try to make a phone call, then I can answer it like so. And screen is automatically locked for me. When I unlock, then there's a bunch of voice memo, speaker, those kind of stuff. So phone quality is like this. This is the test of receiver. So sound is not so impressed, but there's definitely you can hear and you can understand what they're saying. It's kind of weird feeling the sound coming from the screen. Pretty unique experience. But one bad thing is when I using Bluetooth earphone, then usually other smartphone, when I plug in the earphone, then when I answer the phone call, then it automatically connect earphone to answer the phone via the earphone. But this one somehow I cannot hear from the earphone, and this phone refused to voice call via Bluetooth headset. So I always have to take down my Bluetooth earphone and make a phone call via a regular phone call. So that's one downside of this device. And speaking of phone call, there's a answer form which is automatically answer phone call for me. So for example, I missed a phone call. There's a phone coming. Then I set up for 10 seconds. So in 10 seconds later, it
ただいま電話に出ることができません。ピーという発信音の後に、お名前、ご用件をお話しください。
like so. It only have a Japanese voice. So there's Japanese voice. After that, there's a automatically record the message. Hello. Okay, so then I can answer it from right now, or I can just end the call. There's a little key feature. So this one in voice memo, answer phone, the only manual mode, or I can turn on every time. In here, normal is just say in Japanese. Cannot take your phone call at the moment. Call later or leave a message and name after the beep. In driving mode, then it will change the driving at the moment, so it's different in Japanese. In public, so there's a 3 different preset in Japanese voice. And talk about the manual mode, there's a 4 different things. Off is just a regular ringtone, those kind of stuff. Silence, no vibration, no sound. Drive mode, if there's phone call, then it's take a phone call automatically for the speakerphone, but other notification like a message or other messenger is mute. Standard manner is just a vibration mode, so no sound, just if I have a phone call or message, there's only vibration. And one cool thing about this recent app, you can see, for example, I went to the clock, home, setting, home, then in the recent app button, calendar, home, and then go to clock, and I went to the back button to close the clock app. Then in the recent app button, the clock is kind of gray because closed, but calendar and setting is on the RAM, so it's not great. This is kind of cool. I hope other Android phone or iOS have this kind of feature as well. And there's a favorite. I can pick the favorite application or other key features, so I can go directly in the recent app button. Mini apps is kind of Samsung's pop-up application kind of stuff, but many of them is kind of work strangely. There's a little calendar or TV if it works. Close. And one cool thing is I can add widget. In widget, there's a little widget, and I click to go to the application and it works. That's kind of little handy, I think, if I can find some cool widget. So that's it for this Sharp Aquos Crystal X. This time I kind of lack of time to make a full video, and can I use it in 2021 and gaming performance. So right now today I'm just to have a little quick review. So hopefully later when I have time I will go over full review of this phone, and can I use this phone in 2021 or 2022 or 2023 at that moment. And then I will take off record about the gaming performance as well. But I think the gaming performance is similar to the Nexus 5 I uploaded previously because the spec is almost identical. Snapdragon 800, 801, 2GB RAM, 2GB RAM, Full HD, so it's probably similar. One difference is Android 6.0 for the Nexus 5. This one is Android 4.4 KitKat. It never had a major update. That's really unfortunate because for the Snapdragon 801, it can go all the way up to Android 6 Marshmallow, but Sharp, they don't support any major updates, so no update for this smartphone. Anyways, thank you for watching my video, and hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you.